Brussels to Berlin, then Warsaw, Brest in Belarus, Moscow, then out through the south of Russia, through into Asia, the foothills of the Himalayas, across the desert, and then finally to the shadow of the Great Wall of China, through the Gobi Desert to Beijing. 16,000 kilometers, a month of rallying ahead of the The night has turned the course into a quagmire, but plugging his way through it is Francesco Perlini driving the Perlini 4x4, the 31-year-old son of Roberto Perlini. He's the man who founded this truck company in Verona. Everything built in Italy on these trucks except for the Detroit diesel engine and the ZF gearboxes. They build 600 to 700 trucks of this kind for a year. As we now see the second of the Perlinis, that's Jacques Houssa, the Mitsubishi team's support truck, this truck carrying components and parts as well as being a competitor to keep the Mitsubishi Pajeros on the track. The wheel, that's Jacques Houssa, 55 years old. He won the Paris-Dakar in 1991. He was second this year in the Paris-Cape Town. He was second to Francesco Perlini, the first of those drivers we saw. Now we see the first of the big Mercedes 1935s. Another of the Mitsubishi team support trucks, and blasting the klaxons as he makes his way around this treacherous course. That's Gilbert Vecino at the wheel. Well, the two Mitsubishi team support trucks when they were around the Alençon Prelude. Now we see the first of the Citroën team support trucks, another of the big Mercedes 1935 4x4s, short chassis but with a very powerful 12-litre V8 engine up front. That's Yves Ferry, the 36-year-old, very experienced Citroën team driver. He's been a support truck driver on rally raids ever since the Citroën team began, picking his way gingerly over those bumps. Look how the surface is cut up as we cut across to Edmond Pellichet, another of the Citroën team trucks, another of the big Mercedes. You can see it scrubbing its speed off with understeer. Pellichet grabs a lower gear, it plugs its way through the quagmire. This, a new truck to the team, so new it hasn't been painted. Now the husband and wife team, Sven and Sibyl Quant with the Mercedes Unimog, but they're in trouble. Look at that left front tyre, pulled right off the rim. But with 16,000 kilometers ahead of them, that would be the least of their worries. Now look at this, Karel Lopre in one of the most powerful of the heavy trucks. The 43-year-old Tatra test driver from Czechoslovakia won the Paris-Dakar in '88, and he's using all the power of that big 380 brake V12 engine. This truck weighs over 10 tons in ready-to-rally trim, and it's still capable of 100 miles an hour. The bellow of the big V12, Karel Lopre, one of the most experienced truck drivers in rally raiding, and certainly one of the most powerful packages on this, the Paris-Moscow-Beijing event. And this is certainly one of the most impressive machines, the KAMAZ 431010. In more stormy times, these used to be the support trucks for surface-to-surface missiles, now finding a slightly better use in long-distance rally raiding. Victor Moskovicic at the wheel, the 45-year-old CIS driver. Two of these big six-wheel drive KAMAZ vehicles en route, ploughing through the water. Victor making his way to the end of the prologue stage, starting the stage, number 315, that's Eugenie Doronine, but as the rain pelts down, the going is getting tougher and tougher. And Doronine in trouble as Vecino sets the fastest time ahead of the V12 Tatra, then Pellichet Sugawara in a Hino Ranger, the Japanese driver, fourth quickest. Franco Perlini in fifth place with the first of the big red Perlinis. completing the top 10. A dead heat on times with the Russian Martinchenkov in the Kamaz, equaling Böhler's 7th place, then Hussat, Ferry and Lacour.